threats that Washington feared, right, or that he was trying to stifle, that of a standing army, angry, trained, and armed, marching around the countryside trying to state its own demands, remained a real threat and a real interest to the founders as the debate over the ratification of the Constitution really started to heat up. And this is probably the most difficult, I think, selection for this week. I'd like to spend some time with some of the Federalist Papers because it shows up time and again, this issue of a standing army and its role in the Republic. And we might be tempted to think that Greeley's heroic version of military glory found its way into the other founding documents, but really the anxiety is much more present than any sense that the military would be just the bringer of victory and laurel. Instead, there is a great fear. And I wanted to look at in the email that went out, I scanned all of Federalists 8, 24, and 25. Today, I want to look at mostly Federalist 8, and then I just included on the handouts like a page each from 24 and 25. If it's been a minute since you've had a chance to look at the Federalist Papers, it's an important series of essays that appeared in New York newspapers in October of 1787 through May of 1788. So the Constitution drafted in the summer of 87, fully ratified in June of 88, but New York is like the 11th or something state to finally sign on. And so the Federalist Papers are part of an argument to try to convince the people of New York and then hopefully the New York delegation to ratify the Constitution, this new document that's going to serve as the basis of the American government. So you should think of these as op-eds in New York newspapers. They were written by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, but the three selections that we had for today are all from Hamilton. He wrote the bulk of them. And they were published, of course, anonymously. The authors were trying to kind of step back a little bit and create the sense that it was some more concerned member of the public and not somebody with a deep stake in the ratification of the Constitution. But I'd like to, if we can, for a bit, wrestle, particularly with Federalist number 8, and think a bit about the role of the standing army, why you might want one, and then the danger